Ning sat at her desk, staring blankly at her open textbook. The words blurred before her eyes as tears threatened to fall again. Her phone lay face down beside her, its screen dark. She couldn't bear to look at social media anymore. Every post, every tribute to May just made the pain worse. "May," she whispered, touching the poster on her wall. The idol's bright smile beamed down at her, frozen in time. Ning had followed May since elementary school, watching her rise from a young talent to become one of Asia's biggest pop stars. Now, at just 26, May was gone, taken by pneumonia complications from the flu. A gentle knock came at her door. "Ning, dinner's ready," her mother called. "I'm not hungry," Ning replied, her voice barely audible. The door opened slowly, and her mother entered carrying a tray. The familiar scent of Mom's homemade congee filled the room, but even that couldn't stir Ning's appetite. "You haven't eaten properly in 3 days," her mother said, setting the tray on the desk. She pulled up a chair and sat beside Ning. "Talk to me, sweetheart. How can she just be gone?" Ning's voice cracked. "It's not fair. She was so young, so full of life. I was going to see her concert next month. I had the tickets right here." She pulled open her drawer, touching the envelope that held what would now forever be unused concert tickets. Her mother was quiet for a moment, then gently took Ning's hand. "When I was about your age, I lost my best friend in a car accident. For weeks, I couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about all the plans we'd made, all the things we'd never get to do together." Ning looked up, surprised. She'd never heard this story before. "Your grandmother sat me down one day," her mother continued, "and taught me something I've never forgotten. She said that grief is like holding a handful of sand. If you clutch it too tightly, trying desperately to keep it, it slips through your fingers. But if you hold it gently with an open palm, you can carry it longer." "I don't understand," Ning said, wiping her eyes. "It means we don't have to forget the people we lose. We don't have to get over it. Instead, we can learn to carry their memory with us in a way that doesn't hurt quite so much." Her mother reached for the poster on the wall. "Tell me about your favorite May memory." Ning hesitated, then spoke softly. "I remember last year, when she did that surprise live stream during the lockdown. She sang from her apartment, just her and her guitar. No fancy production, no backup dancers. She messed up the chords twice and just laughed about it. It made her seem so real." Her mother smiled. "That sounds wonderful. And that memory, it's yours to keep forever. No one can take it away." "But it hurts to remember," Ning whispered. "Right now, yes. But day by day, the sharp pain will slowly transform into something else. Appreciation for having known her music, gratitude for how she touched your life, even if from afar." Ning picked up her chopsticks and took a small bite of congee. "How long did it take you?" "With your friend." "There's no fixed timeline for healing," her mother said, stroking Ning's hair. "But one day, I found I could tell stories about her and smile instead of cry. The love remained, but the pain became gentler." They sat in comfortable silence as Ning ate a few more bites. Later that evening, she took down some of May's posters, but kept her favorite one up. She placed the concert tickets in a memory box along with her collection of May's albums. That night, before bed, she wrote in her journal, "Thank you, May, for all the joy you brought to my life. I'll carry your songs in my heart, gently, like sand in an open palm." It wasn't okay yet, but for the first time since hearing the news, Ning felt like maybe someday it would be.